Welcome to episode recap of Me and My Big Mouth podcast. This is Tuesday live show, and we go and do a recap of the last episode. And the episode was called "You Made Me Like This." And we want to do a recap because that's what we do. We do the shit, then we recap the shit. Hey, by the way, your boy went viral. Got a lot of people talking, but that's neither here nor there. And make sure you go ahead and send me a comment to make sure everything is working a-okay. Do you see the mic on over there? On the small one. Not on that. Not on that. The thing right beside you is the switches. Okay, good. All right. Well, we're waiting for people to come in, but you made me like this. You made me like this. And one of the things we like to talk about is childhood. And one of the things I posted in the recap was I'm from the hood, so I get to blame my hood for the way I am. You made me like this. Is being your environment a legit excuse? And if you can hear me clearly, please give me something in the comment section so I know I'm just not talking. So I know if the mic is good or not. So let me know about that. But until then, let's talk about your ass being in the hood, and that's the reason you do hood shit. And first of all, tell me what the hood is because you being in a neighborhood that ain't got that much money. This shit, a lot of people have done that. I've done that. I done stayed in trailer parks and all that shit. But it never made me want to go do crime. So I just want to know if it's legit. Hey, send that thing. Or is it just an excuse? It could be just an excuse to do what the fuck you really want to do. But I'm about to go ahead and send this live out. What's up with your old Phyllis? Everything sounds good over there, right? Okay, we in the building. What's up with your Miss Thornton? Miss Thornton. I'm used to pissing off coworkers, but I didn't piss off the world, girl. I got them in the feelings, girl. I pissed them off, girl. How you been, girl? Come on in. If you see Michaela and Tamara, bring them on in. Bring them on in. How you feel about that? Feel it's like somebody blaming their hood for that. How do you feel about people blaming their environment for the way they turned out in life? Like, is that an excuse? Is that a real legitimate excuse? Or you just a fucked up individual that wants to blame your environment? That's for you want to play the sympathy card. I don't see your environment as being the reason you act the way you act. I think it's weak for you to use your environment because you still are in control of you. So I want to see if that's something that y'all find excuse worthy. You know what I'm saying? Send Michaela the invite. But see if y'all is that excuse worthy by how you grew up. I mean, I know it's rough, but I just don't see that as being excuse worthy to how you grew up. Like I don't get it. Like won't you just stand on your own 2 feet and be accountable for decisions you make and say, I just did it because I want to, instead of trying to blame everybody. It's blaming your mama, your dad, or your circumstances because other people had it, you didn't have. It's a lot of people in the hood right next to you. They didn't go the route you went to. It's a lot of people that actually made it. It's a lot of success stories that came out of the hood that people just don't glorify. But still, you are your own individual. I hate that you fell for it, but you are your own damn individual. So is that a good enough excuse, or can we just say you just a fucked up person? And you know another thing too, I don't like when people say, yeah, they got caught up with the wrong crowd. Sometimes that nigga the wrong nigga in the crowd. He might be the problem in the whole damn crowd, but people like to, in order to not accept blame, definitely an excuse. To avoid taking blame for their child being the fucked up one. You was like, yeah, he got mixed up with the wrong crowd. No, he was a fucked up child, and you knew he wasn't gonna be shit when you knew it. You knew he needed a lot because he damn near drove your ass crazy. So I see definitely an excuse. I want to know if I can get some. Hold on. I gotta send this out though. Let me see if I can send this out though. Boom. Yeah, I'm getting it to some people so we can talk a little more. We can talk a little more about it, but if you're just tuning in, please put a thumbs up so I can know that you in the building, and we can talk a little sham sham. You know what I'm saying? I think I sent you one. But yeah, I want to ask that just a quick question. Is that an excuse? On my TikTok, what I just did, I asked like all the single people. Some people not from the hood, but they still do hood shit. SSH. What's SSA? Oh, ass. Oh, you did it backwards. Okay, yeah. I agree. Like that boy Ja Morant. We gotta stop blaming his crew. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop blaming his crew. It ain't always his damn crew. It could be just him. Look who in the building.
Mm.
What's up, player?
Hi.
Get your face on the camera. We can't see
I
you.
don't like how it's like lopsided. My head is lopsided. I look like this all the time.
Huh?
I said my head lopsided. I look like this all the time.
No, I don't know. You look
Mm.
straight. You just need to put the camera in a good spot.
Oh, hold on. I'm trying to get my life together. Okay. Nope. Nope. Hold on.
Boy, you know,
Okay.
I said it's all because she went viral, y'all. Now she got to make sure she look her best. So that's
Oh,
what
please. You know I ain't never used this
killing
camera
me with
before.
this extra shit, boy.
Mm.
Folk be killing me with this extra shit, boy. But we was talking about your environment. Is it actually a good excuse for your fucked up ways?
Mm.
Do you?
Mm.
What do you think?
Yeah, a little bit. It depends on what we're talking about
We're talking
specifically.
about people that claim it's because I'm from the hood. I get to be fucked up.
Oh no, no, we can't do that. I mean, to a certain extent, like your environment and your opportunities or whatever kind of shape you a little bit, but like they help mold you, but they don't make you. So at some point, we gotta like move past that.
Okay. That's interesting because I feel the same way. I think it's an excuse. Not at all. Somebody said not at all. I think it's an excuse like to blame your environment on everything that you do. Like you still can decide to do the right thing. Like, why is that not an option to some people? Why do you think that's not an option?
Mm, I feel like sometimes people just feel like that's the only option or like that's the quickest option and they need results like really fast.
Do
But
you?
that should only be like a temporary situation. It shouldn't be something like you do long term.
Somebody said that's exactly what it is, an excuse. And I agree. I think this shit is straight up an excuse. Um, one of the things like a lot of people get older and blame their dad for not being there. And I was never one of those people. So why the fuck do grown folks still hold on? I get on men more or less than women. Cause you can tell when a woman ain't been raised by a father based off the way she date. So like, but men, I don't understand like why are you so affected by a man not being in the house?
I mean, I feel like I feel like it goes the same for women too. Like a man is going to be affected just as much as a woman is going to be affected by her dad not being in the house. It's like how you're just like, oh, I could tell she don't know how to pick a man because her dad wasn't here. Well, okay, he might not know how to actually be a man, or like not necessarily not be a man, but
Oh God, you brought the ragged ass cat in the picture.
shut the fuck up. Leave my baby alone. Um, not be like a good man or a
Hey, baby,
decent man
try to
or a
focus like so.
gentleman. You know?
Yeah, I made it
Yeah,
bigger.
I feel like it just kind of depends because they didn't have somebody there to teach them how to be a real man. Or like if they did have a father figure there, then if he was a weak one, you gonna grow up to be a weak ass man.
But like, at what point do it just become an excuse? Because all right, you 35 now. How do you let a
Correct.
motherfucker die and and you still be mad at
I don't know. I feel like well we should stop shifting blame towards people in general, right? Like we gotta take accountability for ourselves.
them? There you go.
But with like the whole like, oh, my dad didn't teach me how to be a man because my dad wasn't around, da 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 da. If they grow up to be a weak ass man and then they continue to blame them not being a manly man or a strong man on their dad, if you're gonna blame anybody, the shift needs to like it needs to shift to blaming like women at that point. Or God damn it. Or blaming men at that point for women, because if a man is just like a weak ass man or he's not a manly man, but the women are allowing him to do that or allowing him to do that or allowing him to be that way, then he's going to continue to be that way. There's no
Hey,
need for me to fucking change.
that cat got one more time to pop up on his live, and I'm calling them folks on his ass. And cats don't even supposed to be active all this damn attention.
She don't like it when I talk on the phone.
What up? What up? Huh?
She don't like it when I talk on the phone.
So like,
But
so like, why do women like you ever dated people that blame their ex for everything, or you ever been around women that blame their ex for everything?
oh yeah, hell yeah.
And what's the conversation like? I seen where somebody took pride. Like every time you talk to them, they bring up their ex. I think that shit is still love in the air. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
blame you
every
that
single
you got no,
conversation.
huh?
It was every single conversation.
Somehow, some way, they become the victim. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah, that's not. Yeah, I feel like they probably are a victim in like their everyday life in every single thing that they do, not just in relationships. But I don't know where that would come from.
I like it's like you supposed to have passion for people. Like we brought up something that was real tough, right? And I felt like I gave myself an excuse when it happened, but like my mom dying or like death and
Hmm.
how you get into a dark place and spiral out of control. Is death a real excuse?
For long term or temporary behavior.
Both.
I'll say like temporarily, depending on how you're reacting. Like if you're sad and you're depressed and you're just not doing things that you normally do or that you're used to doing or someone else is used to doing, I feel like it's a temporary excuse. So like if she's going, my mom died, I'm going through a state of depression. and you come over here and you're upset with me because I'm not doing the dishes or I haven't been cooking lately because I'm in a state of depression, like allow me to grieve, allow me to go through some things. Eventually I'll get out of it, or eventually I'll come out of it. Now, when it comes to like mistreating people and like being mean to them, okay, cool. You going through it. Some people just kind of like lash out a little bit, but at some point that's got to end. You can't continue to blame the death of your mom as to how you're behaving, or this is why I treat this person this way, or this is why I treat people this way. You got to get over it because that kind of like harsh, but it's a part of life. So
That's tough because I put down trauma and like we had this conversation. I don't was you on here? You might not have been on the show that time, but I talked about so you can't say the R word on here, but the R word or taken advantage of, right?
yeah,
And say this wife got taken advantage of. She was married. Somehow somebody got to her, took advantage of her. Now she's traumatized. Now she don't want her husband to touch her. At at what is a grace period for her and her husband to where she got to go back to doing her wifely duties? Or is there a grace period?
I don't think that there's a specific number, but it's called therapy, and you have to be taking some type of step towards healing because at some point you have to, like, you're gonna have to get back to
But
that.
but can you tell somebody a time frame? Can you put somebody on a time frame? And is the husband say he stuck with her for like a year and he respectfully they went sexless for a year, right? But she's still not over her trauma. Now the trauma is respected,
Hmm.
but this man has needs.
Right.
When as a man do he come to her and not be inconsiderate of her trauma to where what how does that conversation even start?
Mm.
Because my or is it okay for him to step out and get some other?
I feel like I am a strong advocate for therapy, and I feel like if they were married and it happened, she does, give her some time to like relax and stuff, but like within that year she needs to be seeing a counselor, and then at some point you need to be incorporated in that counseling session so that counselor or therapist can help you get back to that, because I don't really know how you would start a conversation like that, but
She said she said you can't really put a time frame on something like that. Yes, you can. It does not sound right, but even your job has a time frame the way you can come back to work.
I think it just kind of depends on that person. It depends on who you're with. And I think she knows who she's with. So if it's a relationship where y'all are like super, super sexually active, like all the time, at some point, you got to expect that either he's going to get it from you or he's going to get it from somewhere else. Now, I do feel, like give her time. But in this scenario, he's given her a year. At that point, if she's still no, like if he makes an advance at her, a little try, a little small, little pass at her, and then she turns him away, then he could just ask people like, I don't know. Okay, it's been a minute. I'm trying. I'm
Right.
trying to be here for you. Like, what else do I need to do? And if the conversation isn't going anywhere, then involve the therapist.
So he said a year. I can see a year. I can see a year. Some people might have patience to go 2 years, but at some point, damn, it just sounds so bad to tell somebody, yo, you need to get over that shit.
So like if after a year he's waited and he's starting to get a little antsy or whatever, and he just brung it up to her, you can't bring it up to her and then expect, oh yeah, tomorrow you should be fine because I've waited a year, because she's still thinking like everything is okay and you're still going along with her process and her pace. So bring it up to her and talk to her about it. And then if it's still not going somewhere, I don't want to give it, I don't know. But if there's like little to no progress after like 6 months, I guess, to a year, then I mean something got to give. Something gonna have to happen. She either gonna have to agree to allow you to step out and be with somebody else, or acknowledge that, hey, I'm not able to give you this, and move on.
Because I brought it up and I gave that answer, and everybody just looked at it in a selfish way because it sounds harsh. But we so caught up in like not realizing that death happens to us all. We for something that always happened, we're never prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? Like we know this shit is going to happen, but we're
Yeah,
never prepared for it. Are we wrong for imagining that your parents or your loved ones are going to be with you forever? Because or like even with the trauma situation with her, we every like trials and tribulations are for everybody on this planet. We all go through it. We just go through it in different levels. Granted, that level is is really touchy and really high, but somebody got to break this cycle and get back to normalcy, in which what we call life. What the hell you doing? Looking at yourself again? Or you trying to read the comment?
I'm reading the comment.
It depends on how bad she was taken advantage of. Either he gotta be there or not. I
So
mean,
he had to
after
wait 5 years.
huh?
If he was, I mean, or she had to wait 5 years. I mean, I get it, but if I'm at it, somebody gonna be being selfish. I get it. You experienced something traumatic, and you need to heal from that. And he's being there for you. He's sitting there. He's trying to work with you. He's trying to be there for you. I understand, but you also have to understand that he's a human being. He's a sexual being, and he also has needs. So if I'm unable to fulfill this need for you because of what I've been through, how bad?
So like have you ever had like you like I don't know how you grew up, but have you in your past have you ever lacked something and then you overcompensate for it to now? Like meaning like some parents will buy their children a ton of shit for Christmas because they're really giving it to the little boy or the little girl in them. They will buy shit that kids can't even fucking play with. They'll buy 2 year or 5 year old a fucking four wheeler or a 2 year old or 3 year old a hoverboard. Some shit that'll kill them all because they're really giving it to the little person that they are. Like, do you go and buy extra shit because you didn't have? Because you did say you from South Carolina, so y'all fresh out of slavery.
I knew
So
you better say some shit. Uh, I don't think so.
you never
No,
o-
I don't think
you
so.
never overspent. Oh, so you must have been spoiled all your life.
Okay, so was I spoiled? Yes. But I mean everybody splurges a little bit. I don't overcompensate for anything now. But yes, I was spoiled. But I wasn't a spoiled brat. There's a difference.
And I said this on TikTok. I'm actually, what have you learned from your ex? Like something that you can hold valuable. Don't try to make it condescending and say some shit slick.
Okay.
I
All
learned
right.
not to deal with fuck niggas. I don't need to hear all that.
Okay. What have I learned from my ex?
And y'all watching, y'all put in the comments, what have you learned from your ex that actually is valuable? I think I heard the dopest shit on TikTok because the lady said her worth. Cause like her ex thought she was like a free bank.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you learned like from your ex? Or do you keep repeating the same mistake?
No, I mean there's always something that you can learn
Do your
from.
exes are your exes similar to each other?
No.
To love me first. That ain't how a relationship work, woman. Your ex shouldn't have taught you to love you first. You when you get in a relationship, you got to be selfless. That's when you in a real, but the other person has to be selfless too.
Mm, I you say nothing. Well, I don't know if this is. I mean, pay attention to the red flags. Um, ask certain questions up front.
Huh?
To ask certain questions up front, pay attention to the red flag.
That don't sound
Uh,
valuable. That sound like somebody paying for somebody else's sin. I don't sound like I'm saying something valuable. You up here making he turned you into a red flag seeker. That's bad.
That is valuable though, but I feel like that's just as valuable as the whole. I know it's just as valuable as like the whole knowing myself, knowing my worth.
No, well, red flag seeker, you could turn into it. Somebody can show you something similar to what he did, but that might not be what they're going to do. And you're gonna hold them to the same standard. That is somebody paying for somebody else's sin.
No, that's not what that is. Hold it, like pay attention to the red flags that that person is showing you. If somebody shows you who they are the first time, you believe them. If someone is showing you that they're not willing to do this, don't think that you can change that person by being with them some more. If they're showing you that this is the person that they are, this is the type of father that I am, this is the type of man that I am, I like to go out all the time, but you want somebody to be inside with you all the time, they hang up in your face or they yell at you or they curse at you and call you out your name all the freaking time. I mean, that's something that can change later on, but you don't go into a relationship looking to change somebody.
She said, but that's just me. I always put people first and me last, so I know my worth now and putting me first. Like this is why relationships fail. You putting somebody first, that's not a bad quality. You being nice is not a bad quality. You shouldn't look down on that. Now you shouldn't be taken advantage of. You could tell some people might not be able to put in the effort you put in because you just be on a different level with the way you do things. But if they're not giving you anything back, then you're not receiving anything back. Then that's when you need to pull it up. But being that person that you said you were, being a selfless person and willing to help people, that's a dope ass quality. Don't ever let nobody take that good quality from you because you might meet somebody that's just like you. Now, if you slow down and think just for yourself and that person is giving, he gonna look at you the way you looked at him. I was just ready to say I learned not to force. Force what?
Yeah. Force the relationship?
Like elaborate, Rodney. Somebody yeah, that's the relationship. He said 100. I think it's the relationship.
Oh, I kind
You
of
so
I
you
just
ain't
learned
learned
to like,
you ain't learned
huh?
no good shit, huh? You ain't learned no good shit, huh?
I did. I learned to like, I guess like now in my relationships, of course, I didn't do this all the time in the beginning, but like if I made somebody upset, well, I asked a lot of questions, but if I made somebody upset, then I'll ask them like
Hold on.
what I did wrong.
This is better. Are you a better catch now than you were then?
Yeah,
Are you more vulnerable now than you were then?
yeah,
Do you still believe in rainbows?
yes.
Okay, well then you alright. He ain't took your soul yet. They ain't took your soul.
And nobody
You
ever will.
Huh?
And nobody ever will.
I don't know, like when people like I thought at one age women get into that panic mode of oh shit, I'm coming up on my 30s. I was supposed to have my life this way, I'm supposed to have it like this way. And they start losing steam and start settling for anything and
Mm-mm.
everything just to fill that gap. If you are with
I
a person,
mean,
if you are with a person that puts people first always, then you should be in a relationship because they will 100% take advantage of you. See, and you a negative thinker, huh? You a negative damn thinker. You come over here with all them negative vibes from TikTok. Why you trying to knock somebody for being good? How about the person that's taking advantage of need to fix their shit? Not the person that's actually good.
yeah.
The person is bad need to fix their shit. Not the good
Yeah.
person. That's the person that like that's how you be. I really sympathize with you women because men don't really see a good woman in front of them until they get past everything that they think they need. God usually
Mm,
God usually place men don't know how to pick a good woman. God usually put
mm-mm.
in his path. Men don't see women how valuable they are until they leave. It's like, oh shit, she's pretty good.
Yeah. I feel like
That
I'm
don't
that
mean
person that
that don't
gets
mean that
taken
apply
advantage
to you
of.
now. That don't mean that apply to you.
It does, because I feel like I'm that person that gets taken advantage of because I'm real sweet and helpful and I was trying to do some shit for people. Or like I will put people above myself and then I end up getting taken advantage of a lot of times.
You say you will put people above yourself,
Hmm.
and why is that? And there ain't nothing wrong with it, but why
Because I
is that?
like people and I like to help people and I'm a helper and I want to make sure that people are happy and that they're comfortable, they feel safe, secure, whatever it is. Like I like to be that person to make other people happy and then I worry about me being happy like later,
But
which
like
isn't always a good thing.
I got a podcast. I'm gonna write up on it. But like, yo, people like women tend to take on projects. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They tend to take on projects, and they want to like they want to actually like they don't. Women never date the motherfuckers in front of them. They always date the potential of a nigga. That's why y'all get disappointed so much. Why don't you date the person that's right in front of you? Stop dating a nigga you can mold into something.
No, I mean,
Because
okay.
she got a teddy bear, a whole demon.
I am not a demon.
See, stop being a helpful Hannah until they show you those qualities first. Find yourself a foundation, boo.
Well,
Hey,
see, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I feel like I need to be me out the gate. Like you're gonna get me 100% when you meet me, and because you don't need to be surprised by no other shit. Like later on, this is me. This is all of me. You either accept me or you don't. I'm not gonna stop being a helpful and nice person just because like this person over here has been the same. I'm gonna be nice to a stranger. I'm gonna be nice to my man. I'm gonna be nice to people who are around me because I'm a nice person. I'm not gonna
why do
let
you
somebody who took advantage of me ruin it for the next person.
why do you date potential and not the fucker
Because you have
in
to see
front of
potential
you?
in people.
Huh?
You have to see potential in people.
No, why can't you just date the person in front of you? If you know who you dating and they meet your criteria, you won't get disappointed. But if you dating based off potential, you're trying to turn that person into something you see in them. They might not see that shit. They might not never see it.
But not necessarily because if you're dating somebody and then they're talking to you, they're a good person, y'all get along, y'all are, like y'all hit it off, and then they're telling you what their goals are. This is what I want to be, this is what I want to do.
Mhm.
And they're telling you that they're working towards it, you don't have that yet. I'm going to look at your potential as far as that goes, especially when it comes to like security or financial security. If you're a good guy, if you're a good man and you're good to me and you care about me and you love me, I'm not going to look at you and be like, oh, you can't provide. And this dude over here, he's a okay man. He's a decent man, I guess. And he has a lot of money, but we vibe better. I'm going to look at your potential. I'd rather have this relationship over here than the other one who on the outside looks like they have it all together.
Okay, all right. You ready to use your imagination with me? Because I'm trying to see what's going on. Because you sound way too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if you fake shit. We're on a date. What we eating at?
I mean, it depends on what you're in the mood for.
Oh, so you a combative ass woman. See, I see red flags already. What you want to eat?
It depends on what you're in the mood for. Are we going to, you want to,
Run the show.
huh?
I run the show. No, we're going on a date right now. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck wrong with you.
Is this a
I
first date?
We're on a date right now.
Is this a first date?
First date.
Oh, we can go to a bar and have a drink and like get one of the little appetizer,
Oh,
little
you a
square
drunk.
platter things and have some
You
small
a drunk.
conversation.
You a damn drunk. I was just saying, how do people get what is your checklist? Like, how does somebody get in your damn world where you can start to give them a piece of you? What is your checkbox first?
I mean, I have to be attracted to you in some way.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Um,
How many steps? Okay, that's one step towards you.
yeah. You have to be like a nice person because I don't like bad people or whatnot. You can't be mean to me. If you're mean to me, out of here because I'm a nice person.
You. That's gonna happen.
No, do not be mean to me because I'm a very sensitive person and I'm a very nice person. And if you're mean to me, I can't handle it. I'm gonna cry because I'm a crier, and I don't want to be crying. So you can't be mean to me.
So you accept that weaker vessel part. You treat me like a flower. But what if you popping shit? You know how to cuss.
Huh?
You cuss a lot.
I do
You
curse
pop
a lot.
your shit. Huh?
I do curse a lot.
So
But
how he
like
would treat you nice if you pop shit the way you do?
I'm not pop off ish, right? So we're talking about stuff. I might curse a lot, but it's like if I'm in an argument, and I'll say that I probably need to work on this in my other relationships a little bit, but like in my romantic relationships, I try not to like curse like that or yell like if we're having a disagreement or anything. I try to like
So what
keep it
you
at a
what
lower level
hurt
and be
your
calm.
feelings? What can
Huh?
hurt your feelings? Cause I got handsome, nice. We
I
stopped at
didn't say
handsome,
handsome. I
good
said I
person,
had to be attracted to him.
or attracted to him, good person, and not mean to you.
Yes, and you have to like animals because I love animals, and I obviously have a cat. So it's not going to work if you don't like animals and you
You would throw
fucking
away
despise a
your
cat.
fucking husband of your life because you got want to keep a cat.
Because I like animals, and that's a part of
Okay,
who I am.
well,
So
this fucked up priority because we got to
is
detach you
it?
from the animal. That ain't even your fucking species. Why is you putting it
I
in
don't give
front
a
of
fuck.
any?
It's something that
Why
makes
is
me
you putting
happy.
an animal in
No,
front of your
I
fucking
really
species?
honestly and truthfully love animals. I used to want to be a
I
veterinarian,
don't
and
give
then
a
I
damn
said,
what you
no, I
love.
used to want to be a veterinarian, and there are plenty of guys out here who like animals. So if you don't like them, another guy does.
So
It's
you
not
gonna
that's
leave
not that difficult.
your
I'm not
husband?
saying you have to be in love or
Just
like
saying
allow me to have a whole farm.
we already seen what the cat looked like. I'm surprised you ain't put him down by now. But you gonna mess up your dream cat husband for a cat?
I'm not gonna mess up my dream husband because if he's my dream husband, then he likes animals.
What if you got allergies for cats?
Okay, then we won't have a cat.
Oh, okay. Oh, but if he hate cats, you can't fuck with it.
No, fuck no.
Okay, I got what
Now
you
I'm not
saying.
getting rid of Stella. That's my baby at this point. But
Are you serious?
whenever she moves on, we're not gonna get another cat. But there are literally allergy shots, and you can get a shot.
That's on your checklist.
Hmm?
A animal lover is on your checklist.
Someone who likes animals. You don't have to be an animal lover like I am, but you have to be willing to accept animals. Like I'm not. You don't have to be obsessed with them, but you can't just hate animals
Why the fuck would that be on your dating checklist?
because I love animals. What you not understanding? What you don't understand?
I
Hello,
understand.
is this mic working?
I say this all the time. If you ask a woman what she want in a man, she describes herself. Hey,
No,
that's all.
this shows it's a level of compatibility.
Let's
Because
break
if
it.
I was willing to be with anybody
Watch
who's not
this.
compatible, if
Watch
I was
this.
willing to,
I just asked you how men get to you. Are you attractive?
yeah, I am attractive.
Are you a nice person?
Hmm.
Do you love animals?
Hmm.
You just described yourself. So you want to date
But I
yourself.
want a man who is a protector, who is willing to
Are
protect me
you
and able to protect me.
are you a protector?
Of Stella,
Okay, you keep describing yourself, my nigga. Keep going. What else
now
you
he's
want?
gonna have to protect me in this household. Like I don't need him to be able to cook for me. I can do that. I don't need him. I need him to be willing to like wash his hands because I'm low key like a fucking germaphobe,
So you
right?
still want
So
to be you. So you still want to date yourself. Keep going.
it's called compatibility. I don't want a feminine ass nigga.
Right.
I
I
don't
understand.
want that.
But you can get you a masculine nigga that ain't that clean.
I can also get me a masculine nigga that is clean.
You got you, you can get a I bathed the other day type nigga.
I can get a I bathe every day ass nigga and wash my hands when I go to the bathroom. And I'm not in love with cats, but I tolerate them
So what's a deal breaker?
if he's mean to me.
Oh damn, you really heavy on that mean shit. Your feelings get hurt that easy?
Yes, I'm a very sensitive person and I
I
am
would
very emotional and I am a
how do you
water bag. I will cry.
How the hell are you friends?
Huh?
The way I talk, how the hell are you friends with
Ah,
me?
you're different. Okay, let's just be clear. Okay, I'm talking about relationships. Okay,
Oh,
that's a
so
different type of connection, and like my man can make me cry.
for real.
Easy. Easy. Okay.
I would have never known. Yo, I would have never known that. I
Yeah.
would have
Right.
known that. Not that
I don't
easy.
like that.
You really get your feelings hurt.
Oh, bad.
How long do it take to get over? Cause my girl like that too.
Um,
Say something wrong to her, that shit might last a week.
I mean, it depends on like if you hurt my feelings and you recognize that you hurt my feelings and you apologize, and it's a sincere apology, and like we sit down and we talk about it, and we talk about like why it hurt my feelings and like what I was feeling and like where you were actually coming from for it. I want to get past that shit quick.
What about like
After
is it
we
weird?
talk about it, give me hugs and snuggles, and
Uh-huh.
we turn on a little bit of South Park and give me kisses, and we're fine.
So but he can't ever say words that stick with you for a while.
Um, I mean, or if you look at me and be like, "Oh, I hate you," or like, I don't know, some really horrible shit. Like, I don't know. He would really have to say some shit to like cross the line or really break my heart or something. But if and you look at me and be like, "I hate you,"
Yeah.
what do you mean? You hate me? I don't hate you. I love you. Why do you hate me?
What have you ever been close to saying, okay, this is the guy? Because like this is something that people get fucked up and get they blame people like I know this ain't never happened to you, but can you ever imagine being left at the altar? Like
Oh
women
no.
have this story. Like some women out there got left at the fucking altar. That is some tough shit to deal with.
Oh yeah.
How do
Okay,
you get
y'all not gonna see me for a while.
huh?
Okay, ain't nobody gonna see me for a minute.
Oh, you a disappear.
Oh yeah, I'm gone. I'm taking off from work. Annual leave, sick leave, whatever it is I gotta take. I'm in that bed. I'm sad as fuck. Again, I'm a very emotional person. So if the person that I said yes to, who proposed to me, and I'm like, yeah, I got me a husband, he leave me at the altar. Mm-mm.
we had we
God
had
himself gonna have to come get me out that bed.
yeah, we had this on here on the last podcast. It was like at an adult age, can you still have bad influences?
Yes,
How the fuck is that possible?
you can. I mean, to a certain extent, you can. Oh, damn it, let me finish this.
At an adult age, shouldn't you have matured in your own way of thinking?
I mean, yeah, you can, but I mean, it depends on what kind of influences you have. So, like, if I have a hoe friend, that don't mean that I'm gonna be a hoe. But like, if you a drug addict, right, and you got clean, and then like you're around your friend who likes to do a lot of drugs, then you probably shouldn't go around and hanging out with that person. Or like, if you got somebody, a friend who want to be in the street all the time, and then like you've gone beyond that, you got your family, you got your other life over here, you don't need to be hanging out with your homeboy that's out there in the streets beefing with niggas and the ops shooting at you and all kind of shit. You got a whole life over here.
It's people out here that blame their spouse for them gaining weight. Do you understand how crazy that shit sound? Like I never got like I ain't like it was a girl. She didn't get charged, but the dude was like, "Yo, I'm gonna kill myself if you break up with you." She got charged, but she never got found guilty. She said, "Go ahead and do it," and they charged her after he did it.
Yeah, I heard
How the
about it.
fuck is that even possible? The hell you got going on over there?
I'm sitting on my leg wrong. Sorry, it's been there too long. I gotta stretch it out. Um, I did hear about that.
You said what now?
That's how I did hear about that. And I mean, like, cause you can't tell nobody to kill themselves and they suicidal like you and like, yeah, go ahead and do it. I want you to do it. Like, go do it. Yeah, you can't do that shit.
I
One
got,
does
I,
not matter. But
yeah, but you think they should get charged? Because I
what was
don't
she
see,
charged with? What were they trying to charge her with?
I don't know the exact jump, but they charged her. But she didn't get found guilty. I don't think. Like I did the like car scenario, right? If you watched the part about the car scenario, right?
What car
Say,
scenario?
like if I go to Ford dealership,
Oh yeah.
so like when men that only dated black women and only got bad experiences, is it fair for them to then say, I don't recommend dating black women to other people based off their experiences? Like, cause we judge and we move based off our experiences. So are they wrong when they say that stuff?
Yeah.
But if that's their experience, like I said with the car, if I go to Ford, three different Fords and both sold me a lemon, if I go on the Ford website and I say Ford sucks or I
I
rate
mean,
them
you
a
can
zero,
recommend for people not to go to those specific dealerships. But you like as a whole, I mean, if there's like a total recall at all the dealerships and shit, then it's like, all right, maybe Ford is a little sketchy. But if you're doing that based off of you going to these three dealerships and all these other people out here on the road are driving Ford, you're not
but
picking the right dealership.
that's the thing though. We all go based off our experiences. We live our lives based off our past experiences a lot.
But
The way
see,
we date, the way we move. If we see a dude like you said, you're a red flag. It's all based off experiences.
yeah, but if you're talking about like a whole race of people, like no, hell no. You can't do that. Like don't do that. Like I have a friend right now and I don't know if she's tuned in. I told this bitch to tune in, but I don't know if she's tuned in. But if she is, but you know I'm talking about you. But like she and we've gotten to a good place now. But initially it was just like I don't want to date black men, I want to date white men. Period. She's a black woman. But she's like, I just want to date white men because she's had negative experiences with a few black men. And in her last relationship, the last black guy she was with, like, it was a rough relationship. And she was just like, no, I'm not dealing with that shit
But
again.
like, but like, can you blame her though?
She was also with white men who weren't shit also. But she's just like, oh, I want to date white men. If you want to date a white man because that's your preference, like I just like looking into like I think I want to date a white man with blue eyes because I love looking into blue eyes. Or it's just like I don't know, something about a white man, you like the way his skin looks. That's why you want to date a white man, or you want your child to look a certain way. That's a reason for you to want to date a white man. I can understand that as a preference. Like Chris Brown, like women with a certain hair texture. I can get that, Chris. That's your preference. But to just say, yeah, I'm gonna count out a whole race of people just because of these select few black people I've met, you can't do that, or you shouldn't do that.
But wait a minute, like, don't she got one life to live? Why would she live
Yeah,
it through anybody else's eyes but hers?
or talking down about a whole race of people, specifically my race,
But she
I don't
that's her
like that. Because one
hers
thing
too.
about it, you not about to talk down about my black kings, not in my goddamn face. We're
Right.
not doing that shit.
But she black too though.
Yes, she is. And you're not about to talk about my black kings in
But
my face.
do you look at her a certain way when she do?
When she talks down about them as a race, yeah, we're gonna have a conversation about it because I'm gonna compare him to the white dude that did the same thing. Or I'm gonna ask you to explain what do you mean by that? What
Right.
are you trying to say? And let's go into detail. Like I had one friend who told me that she wanted to date a white man because she wanted the child's father to be in his life. As
Ooh,
if black men aren't in their
that
children's life. I was like, bitch, what?
mm, that
I'm
shit
like,
hurt.
what?
Boy.
Yes. I was so upset.
but if they sat down and broke down the numbers of single black homes, they're staggering.
Yeah.
So is
Also,
there
they talked about.
so this is crazy. If just say the percentage is 75% black single households, single mama
Mhm.
house, and it's 25% good. Why the fuck would she invest in anything that 25% hoping that she get them? You want her to go through all 75% hoping that one day she meet that one of the 25?
Okay, well, see, the
Not
thing
smart.
about it is, last time I looked into it, majority of black men out here in this world are single with no kids,
Okay.
and it's not necessarily that black men don't want to be there for their kids, or black men are invested in their kids or involved with their kids. It's that a lot of black women, or the women sleeping with this select few or this small percentage of black men, they keep doing it. They keep sleeping with the same men and keep having children by the same men. That's why these men are having like a substantial amount of kids. The majority of the black men out here don't have kids.
You brought up something that like is kind of disturbing, like when women picking men just so they baby can look a certain way.
Oh yeah,
That's that's a little crazy.
it is, and it's really sad. I
Like
mean, I think
you
it that comes down to like like the colorism type thing. Like a lot of times when I hear it, um a lot of times when I hear it, it's from like dark skinned women who have had negative experiences with
mhm.
people looking at them a certain way or treating them a certain way or talking about them a certain way because of their skin color. So they're
Mhm.
just like, okay, I want to date a white man or a lighter skinned man so that my baby's skin tone can be lighter so they don't have to experience the same things that I've experienced.
They said black. He said black women pick the men they want and not the men that want them. Damn, damn, damn. That's a lot of truth there. There is the problem. Why don't black women pick the woman men they want that want them? All y'all always have a dude that wants you and willing to do right by you, but you just don't like him. Why don't y'all date your fans?
There are a lot of fans.
So what?
So
Why
somebody
you?
gonna get left the fuck behind.
Why
And one
you?
of the fans, I'll probably like that fan because my man needs to be a fan of me just as I am of him.
But you know, you trying to run it around. Y'all usually do not date the motherfucker y'all want. Y'all always want to date the one you want.
If I'm
Versus
dating someone, then they obviously want me. If I'm dating them.
what?
If I'm dating someone, then they obviously want me. They
You
have
must not
chosen
know what
to
want
date
means.
me.
Want and conquer is two different things. They might conquer you. Then what happens after they do that?
No, you're twisting things now. Because
No,
if a man dates a woman, 9 times out of 10, he wants that woman if he's actually dating her. Now, if he's just fucking her, that's one thing. But if he's actually dating her, he's choosing to date this woman, especially if he's choosing to date this woman exclusively. If he's choosing to get into a relationship with this woman, then he wants that woman just as that woman wants him. Now,
should
if he's just trying to smash,
let me ask y'all a question. Like, should a woman be picking a man, or should a man be choosing a woman?
a man does choose a woman. When
No,
we
because
talk about relationships,
in a relationship, this they it should be that dynamic. But women have too many criterias that a man has to meet, so they really ain't choosing. They got to come up and be something that women want to pick or choose from. Cause me and list ain't that fucking long. Y'all list
but see,
is long. Y'all
but
need
see,
a
here's the thing. If you have a woman with this long ass list of things and a man checks all those boxes, 9 times out of 10, those that list of things is like similar to the woman next to him. If he checks so many fucking boxes that he's in a small percentage of men, a lot of women are going after them, and those women are not choosing. He has the choice. He can pick whoever he wants. I pick her. Well, why? Because I do. Period. Women are picked. They don't do the picking. They might have like,
Is you crazy?
am I
So
crazy?
you telling me the guys you dated, they picked you?
Yeah, the ones I got in a relationship with.
Yeah, they picked you.
Yeah,
Or no, no, did you approve them?
I approve for them to talk to me. They pick me for a relationship.
So you once y'all started talking, you wanted to get in a relationship and they chose you.
But they would have to like. I mean, if the conversation came up, if I did bring it up first, I guess they would have to agree with it and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'll give you a shot, shorty. Or they decided, you know what? I want to date this woman. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to ask her to be in a relationship with me. So they asked me to be in a relationship with me. I was picked. I was chosen, which is why a lot of women who are willing to be submissive and cater to their men are a lot of times called pick me's if they're holding other women accountable and shit. Why? Because men pick them or us. Look at
Okay.
that.
Cause a lot of like I know this one girl like she always like date projects. Like she
I used
always
to be
gets a fixer upper.
yeah.
And she don't even like dating niggas that is on the same level as her.
Mm.
Like I don't know if that stems from insecurity or what, but she don't like dating motherfuckers that's on the level as her. She
I
always
used
wanna
to be
date
as a
niggas that
child.
need her financially. She wanna look better than the person. You know what I'm saying? Like
Well,
some
that's
women
just kind of like an ego boost, and she trying to do something. I don't know. Like that helps her feed. I don't know, feed something inside of her. It does something to
I
her.
heard women say,
But
"I don't want a man to be in the mirror long, just as much as I am."
hmm?
You know, like I heard women that say, "I don't date pretty boys. I don't want a man in the mirror just long as I am."
Yeah, but that's a preference that they have. You said this lady has projects. I used to have projects. I mean, it didn't start off. It didn't start off as a project. Like I actually liked the person, but then I realized that this isn't it. We're not gonna make it. So I was like, yeah, I got to get up out of here. But then I realized that there's something that I could help them out with. So sometimes I would stay there in a relationship, and I would help them get to a certain point, and then I'm out of there.
He said, "Men/women settle in relationships." Let me ask y'all something, because people like to throw settling as it a bad. Is settling a bad word?
Yeah. Because when people settle, a lot of times they settle for less. I mean, I feel like relationships are a compromise, but I don't think that one person is settling
Compromise
for
is
the
a
other
form of
because that means that somebody is less than.
no compromise is a form of settling. When you settle something, it's a compromise.
But it's like if you're saying that you're settling for a person, then you're with someone who is less than. And I don't feel like I'm above any other person, and I don't feel like someone is above me. Now, will I sacrifice some things? Will
Sound
I
like you.
compromise in these areas? Yes, I will. But if you ask me if I'm going to settle for less than I deserve, no, I am not.
Why the fuck do y'all? What? Where is that ego coming from to say you deserve something?
I
Why do
deserve
you?
someone to love me.
Why do somebody deserve whoever they imagine in their head?
I deserve for someone to love me. I deserve to be treated right. I deserve not to be talked down to. I deserve to be treated like a good human being. I deserve a lot of things. I'm not saying that I deserve the mansion on the hill. I deserve these pumps. I deserve this bag. I deserve to drive this car. No, but I deserve to be treated a certain way, especially if I'm giving a certain quality of love. I deserve to have that
Because
quality of
because
love given back
because
to me.
because women think they deserve some shit. Their list is so much. So you
No.
can't date any woman that got a 12-page list if that's what she thinks she deserves, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't shit on a woman that got a 12-page list if that's what she thinks she deserves, right?
So let her continue to think she deserves it. And then when she
You
finds
just
somebody, nobody when
ran
nobody
off.
meets
You
when
ran off about
nobody meets
15
their
things you think you
standards,
deserve.
huh?
You just ran off 15 things you think you deserve.
Yeah, and it's things that I need emotionally. It's love. It's respect. It's
Why
to be
are you
treated like a good person. You think I'm gonna fucking sit around and let somebody be mean to me? The fuck? Treat me like shit? Treat me like I'm a fucking doormat? Hell the fuck no. Because the way I love good, I love hard, and you ain't gonna never receive no fucking love like the ones that I'm gonna give you. And I expect or I deserve to be loved back the way I give love. I'm not settling
how
for
the
no
hell
fucking
do you
bullshit.
let me ask you a question. How the hell do you expect to be loved back when you give love and that's a whole nother human being?
I didn't say that they have to give love the same way that I do, but the same quality of love, yes. I'm gonna love them through like their love language. This is the way they receive love, and I'm gonna give a high quality level of love. Though everyone deserves to be loved a certain way. Everybody deserves different things.
So
My
who
man should feel like he deserves me. Because if you
who
feel like you don't deserve me, insecurities come into play and all other kind of shit.
who is the jury, judge, and executioner when it comes to what quality of love is righteous? How would you be able to judge that?
Because it's my relationship.
And he is. Maybe what he's doing is at his capacity.
But I know what I need. I know the certain quality of love that I need to be happy.
If somebody is giving you all they got, like some women want a fucking communicator, and that nigga shy, he's an introvert, he really don't know how to talk.
So go be with the communicator.
You're not gonna find this perfect motherfucker though.
I didn't say there is going to be a perfect motherfucker, but there are certain things
So
that
you're gonna have to settle.
there are certain things that you should rank. You might have a fucking list, but you should rank those things on the fucking list. What means the most to you and what means the less? You're gonna have to get rid of some of those things on your list, probably majority of them. But if communication is the number one thing on your list, you don't settle for someone who cannot communicate with you.
And
That
why
don't
do
make no sense.
and why do we need to be great communicators for somebody that need a communicator? Like, why do you need a communicator?
I need a communicator because when we have issues, I want to be able to express how I'm feeling to you. I need for you to be able to express how you're feeling to me. Now, you might not be able to go into great detail as much as I am, but you need to let me know what it is that I'm doing wrong. You need to let me know the things that bother you. And when we do run into problems, we need to be able to sit there and talk about these problems and work towards a solution so that we don't run into them again. And it's not going to be perfect. We are still going to run into more problems. And then we get to build off of that and continue to better ourselves. But the only way we're going to do that is through communication because
Why?
you're not a mind reader. You can't read my mind, and I'm not a mind reader, and I can't read yours.
So you think every problem you have need to be sat down and talked to like a fucking
No,
how about you
everything that I think of doesn't need to be discussed and talked about.
how about some of them problems you just need to let the shit go?
There are some things, but it depends. Like you have to weigh those things. This is worth having a conversation about, and this is not. I'm gonna just let that slide. But
Oh,
this really bothers me, and this is gonna affect our relationship long term. We need to sit down and discuss this so that we don't deal with this anymore. We don't have to do this anymore.
and you think talking will fix it?
I think talking to discuss a solution is a start. Actions will fix it. But if you don't know what you need to do in order to change that, how are how do you know to fucking do them? If I don't tell you what bothers me, how do you know that that bothers me?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you fair that. I mean, I know it when I did something wrong, and then you get apology through nonverbal communication. Like men do it, like, hey, let's go out, let's do this, let's do that. You need some, you all right?
If
Sometimes
you
people,
ever been like living your life and then all of a sudden she mad,
huh?
you ever just been living your life and all of a sudden she mad and you just, hey baby, what's up? You going for a little kiss.
But that's the thing about women, y'all get mad about small stuff, y'all that sensitive, and you're not with a sensitive creature. So why the fuck do we need to always talk about why you mad? Why you
We
just
don't
won't?
always have to talk about why I'm mad, but if it's big enough for me, it's a big enough problem for me to bring to you, then we need to sit down and have a discussion about it.
I would love to hear some of the shit you want to sit down and talk about. Cause I know it'd be some bullshit. I know it'd be some bullshit. Cause sometimes
Mhm.
have have you ever text a nigga and he didn't respond, and then you had a whole fight with a nigga that ain't responded to you yet
Nope.
on text?
Mm-mm.
Okay, now you lie.
No, the only time I would like send multiple texts is after, like, I'm waiting for a response, is if I'm like, oh shit, I had a thought, let me hurry up and send this so that he can respond to this whenever he gets it. Or he sent me like a long message, or he sent me multiple messages that I need to respond, and I need to respond to all of them. But I
What
usually try to put it in one message so I can break it up
what frustrates you in a relationship?
when they
Like
won't talk to me.
you know what I'm starting to do now? Like with people that are hard to contact, I'm starting to chip away from them people. Like I love people that if I call or I text, they respond in appropriate time. But
See,
people
I'm
that,
not a big texter.
huh?
See, I'm not a big texter.
No,
I'm
no,
more of a caller type of person. You can call
me too.
me, you'll probably get me.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, whether call or text, they respond in a proper way, right?
Hmm.
So I think like I'm gonna start like chipping away at people that like I didn't even like I want to go through my phone and like go through some of it. I'm like, you know what? I don't reach this person or this person don't call me unless I call them. I'm just gonna start Xing motherfuckers the fuck out. You think that's wrong or right?
I mean,
Or
that's okay.
huh?
That's okay. I don't think it's wrong.
No, it's just a little personal thing of mine. I was like, you know what? Because I've realized like who I was like, oh shit. Like and then the people that do answer or respond in a proper way, I was like, yo, I really like them and like the fact that they're in my life because I could talk to them about this, I could do this about this, they could come to me about this. So I'm available.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So so people that are hard to be available, I'm about to X them the fuck out of here.
I mean, I
'Cause-
don't see anything wrong with that. I'll say it's right.
Huh?
I'll say it's right because if somebody's short texting me, I just won't respond.
So like what frustrates you in a relationship? Like what is something that frustrates you not that he say, but something that somebody would do?
Like
Like
if something is really important to me and I'm trying to have a conversation about it because it like hurt my feelings or made me upset or whatever, if they're just like
but you
they're
said
really upset and they don't want to talk about it, huh?
you said your feelings are easily hurt.
Yes, but if I'm really, really, really upset about it and I feel like this is something that we need to discuss because it's going to affect our relationship in the future, and it is actually like a really big deal. We had a really big falling out for whatever reason. Then I want to sit down and talk about it. And if they don't want to talk about it, it's cool if you don't want to talk about it at that time, take your time. But if I'm giving you your time and space and I come back and you're like, no, I still don't want to talk about it. And now a few days have gone by and then maybe it's thoughts at a few days, but maybe it turns into a week. But I bring it back up to you and then you just like, oh, damn. I mean, that's so old.
Right.
Why the fuck is it old? You kept telling me you don't want to fucking talk about it. Yes,
Yeah.
it's fucking old. Well, I
You
don't
will
really
hold on
remember
to
what
it.
I said.
You will hold on to it.
That fucking bothers me, huh?
You would hold on to it.
Depending on what it is, and I think it's serious, and I want to have a conversation about it, and then I'm like, babe, we really need to discuss this because I don't like how that went, and I don't want us to go through that anymore. Like, I don't want us to get to that level anymore. That could have been avoided, and we need to have a discussion about how we can avoid it. There's been sometimes where I've let the shit go because I'm like, whatever. It has been a while now because you kept not wanting to talk about it. Moving on, and then the shit happens again.
Someone said if you don't reply to my text and it's past 12 or 24 hours, I know they don't value me and what I have
Uh,
text. You know what? And that is so fucking real because everybody be on their phone.
I'm so glad my friends don't think like you guys.
Everybody be on the motherfucking phone all day, every day. I don't know a person that don't. That's
Me?
why you a damn lie. If I you go
Nope.
look at your phone. Because you know your phone will tell on you. You could this. I had an episode about this social media cheater shit.
Yeah, I
Look on
looked at mine and I looked at
look
it and I
on
was like,
your phone.
damn, girl.
Y'all nigga, look on your phone. Oh, you using your phone right now.
Yeah,
But when you look on your phone, see, and that'll show you how much
I
time you.
did during the episode. I pulled that shit up. The most I did was I had like YouTube playing in the background while I was at work and in the morning and stuff, and then that was it. But I lose my phone
So
like
you
at
can
least
respond
five
to a
times a
text.
day.
You can respond to a text.
Hmm?
You will respond. You can respond to a text. Have you looked at a
I told you
TikTok
I'm not a
video?
good texter.
A motherfucker that looked at a TikTok video can respond within 12 to 24 hours.
I don't have TikTok on my phone.
Okay, now you doing semantics. A motherfucker that got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever they got to go to
But I don't
social.
be on social media like that.
So tell me a day that you didn't use social media. Because you're saying that you think you guys, your friend don't think 12 to 24 hours. That's disrespectful. If somebody texts you and that's your friend, if you're not a texter, you need to start being one.
I am doing better this year.
This thing said this year.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
You working on it.
Hmm. But also, if I don't respond to a text, if I hear my phone ringing, and I'm like, oh, hello. Maybe I was busy when you text me before, and then I forgot to check my messages. There was a point where I had like 24 unread messages, not just people I talked to, but because it was a happy birthday fucking group chat. And then
Oh,
I got these little coupon deals from this, and I got a little overwhelmed. Okay. I didn't feel like dealing with this shit. So some people got left behind for a little bit. But if it was important and they wanted to have a conversation, they called me and we talked about it. Did you get my message? I did not. Scroll, click, open.
okay. I don't know about that. I think that's fucked up, but it's all good. So before we get off this jump, because it's past that hour, I don't do live but so long. How you feel about being famous, man? You went viral. What the fuck? The world
Yeah,
is shit.
engaging with people.
The world is agreeing with you, and they dissing me. How you
They
feel
are
about it?
bad.
How do you feel about knowing that many people don't know what the fuck they talking about? I'm stunned.
Really?
I am stunned that many people don't know what the fuck they talking about.
No, that many people. They're smart as fuck, bruh.
You
I
know,
would think that by now you would have switched sides.
you see how dumb Joe Budden them sound. You see how dumb all these other celebrities sounded. Like I did not know that this podcast was needed. I did it. I did it having a good time, but this motherfucker is needed.
This podcast is needed to help you
No, hell no. I got
understand that your way of thinking, you know what I'm saying, it's a little warped.
no.
We need to work on it a little
Did you
bit.
ever show your dad this
Hmm?
video? Did you ever show your dad that clip?
I did. I showed Tom the clip.
See how you disrespecting already?
I showed Tom the clip,
You
and
show
he
your
thought
dad
that shit
the
was
clip?
funny.
Huh?
He thought that shit was funny. He was like, I don't care. You call me Tom because if somebody be like, oh, in Allendale, they be like, oh yeah, who's your dad? Tom Carter.
That means mama had fire. Cause that ain't gonna accept anything.
No, he's still referred to as my dad down there.
If he referred, why is referred to your dad to everybody but you? That's even worse.
He is one of my. He is a father figure to me. What you mean?
Everybody refer to him as your dad but you. That's disrespectful.
Except for the people where my dad lived, who refer to my dad as my dad.
Dad is a verb. Dad is a verb. Dad is a verb. It is not a noun. It's a verb. You have to earn that title. Sound like Tom
Okay.
earned that title.
I refer to him as my dad down there. Yes, he is my dad. But his name is Tom, and I call him Tom.
But you wait till I respond, because my response is gonna be really cute. But I'm gonna holler at you. This is the recap of You Made Me Like This. A lot of people out there blame other people for their problems. It is time to take your accountability, come up there and have a real discussion, because if you keep blaming people, eventually your circle is gonna get smaller and smaller until you ain't got nobody to blame but your damn self. But if you're a narcissist, you still might blame the world. So I mean, it's just what it is. People like to blame other people instead of holding themselves accountable for shit. And I just don't understand. Everybody goes through things, even when you got death, you got real life trauma. Shit gonna happen to you. You cannot always have everything your way. That ain't how the world works. We know that. We all know that. We all know that. Appreciate it. Great conversation tonight while driving down the road. I'm saying, but we all know that everybody we're gonna go through these things, like, and we just gotta hold ourselves accountable. Like if you, but the thing of it is, we got this blame everybody and counsel culture only means to blame somebody else.
Mm,
Because like, how you gonna get upset with somebody else's opinion
right.
when you got an opinion of your own?
Yeah, you don't gotta listen to them.
You know what I'm saying? Even when people shouldn't not listen to other people that have different opinions. How do you get better if your opinions are never challenged with other people's opinion?
Yeah, it make you so mad though that you gotta go and say hateful stuff at the
You
bottom. Just don't listen.
with me. I see a lot of people that like to challenge my opinions. I know they stupid. I know they dumb, but I don't get mad at them. Clearly, clearly, you was on the short bus when you said what you said, but I'm not gonna judge you. Yeah, am I right? Am I right about it? I'm not gonna judge you. You know, I don't not treat you nice.
Shut up, shut the fuck up. I knew you was
All that
coming.
stupid shit. I'm like, look at her. Bless her heart. Bless her heart.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I love when people voice their opinion.
Mm,
But anyway, I'm gonna holler at you, player. This concludes the recap, and I'm out. Thank y'all for coming up. Keep showing up every other Tuesday to recap these podcasts, and holla.
bye.